Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Ms. Green. I'm the head of sixth form at Finnan Park 2, no, Finnan Park School, sorry. And this assembly will be run by the heads of sixth form at all four schools in the Finnan Park Multi Academy Trust. So that's Miss Hunter from Meadow Park, Miss Ingram from Ling Hall, Mr. Werner from Finnan Park 2, and myself from Finnan Park School. So, why have we called you all together today? Firstly, a huge welcome. This is the first of our Finnan Park MAT assemblies where we've called all of you together. Last term, there were a few assemblies where different schools from the MAT were on the same assembly, but this is the first assembly where every single school from the MAT is on the same assembly, and we know that every single student in the Finnan Park Multi Academy Trust sixth form is listening to this assembly. So a huge welcome. It's really lovely to see you, and what a privilege to be on a call with so many amazing students. Right then, the purpose of today's assembly is to talk about MAT student leadership. But firstly, a little introduction to Finnan Park MAT sixth forms. So as you know, there are four sixth forms in the Finnan Park Multi Academy Trust. The Finnan Park Multi Academy Trust is actually a trust of 8 schools, but 4 of those are secondary schools with sixth forms. That means there are over 800 students studying at post 16 in the Finnan Park MAT. There are over 60 different courses offered across all the schools, and on this call are a very, very diverse group of students from across Coventry. And the reason that we're launching a student leadership programme is we recognise how amazing it is to have such a diverse group of students from across the whole city, and what amazing knowledge and experience there is of the needs of Coventry and the needs of different learners across all of the different schools. So we are going to be advertising 16 roles. We're going to call them MATSL roles. That stands for MAT Student Leadership Roles. And there are going to be opportunities for 4 students from each of the 4 MAT schools to become a MATSL. There are going to be different roles. Those different roles are going to be overseen by the different heads of sixth form. And in a minute, all 4 of us will introduce the roles that we're going to be overseeing. But firstly, more genuinely, if you become a MAT student leader, you will be given the opportunity to make genuine change. At Finnan Park MAT, we're not interested in student leadership where the teachers make the change and the students just follow instructions. We are interested in people who want to make genuine change and lead on projects. We want to hear from you, and we want to understand what change is needed within the Finnan Park Multi Academy Trust. If you're a Finnan Park MAT student leader, you will be able to learn about how sixth forms are run and how education works, and you will be able to use that knowledge to equip you to make that genuine change. You will be able to develop genuine leadership skills because you will be part of projects that make actual change. That means that you will come out the other end, you will make mistakes, you will get things wrong, you will get things right, and you will come out the other end with really genuine, sharp leadership skills. You will make connections with others. If you are a MAT student leader, you will be in a team with student leaders from all of the MAT schools. You will be working closely with people from MAT schools, meaning you will learn how to make connections with people from across the city. And finally, you'll get to just meet other people. All 4 of the Finnan Park schools are full of great people, interesting people, and you will have a fab opportunity to make both professional connections but also friendships with people from the other schools. And so all of these student leadership opportunities will be a great chance for you to access all of these fab opportunities. So there are 4 roles available, and 1 student from each school will be able to be appointed to each role. Now the team will work as a team of 16, but also as 4 teams of 4. The sports leaders will be overseen by Ms. Ingram. Ms. Ingram is the head of sixth form at Ling Hall School. The culture leaders will be overseen by Ms. Hunter, who is the head of sixth form at Meadow Park. The world class leaders will be overseen by Mr. Werner, who's the head of sixth form at Finnan Park 2. And the academic leaders will be overseen by me. I'm the head of sixth form at Finnan Park. So when you apply, if you decide you're interested in one of these roles, then you will apply both to be a general math student leader, but also to be within one of these 4 teams. And in a minute, what we're going to do now is we're going to run through the 4 teams, and the 4 heads of sixth form are going to explain to you in more detail what the team they are leading is all about. So I'm going to hand over to Miss Ingram now.
Good morning. Nice to be able to talk to you all. So I wanted to talk to you in terms of sports leaders. So this is a really exciting role. We are going to have a sixth form event in the summer where all the schools out of the sixth form are going to be able to come and participate in the Maths Sports Day. So I would really like for anyone that's interested in supporting the organisation of the Sports Day, coming up with ideas about what that might involve, what that might look like, supporting, organising, running other math sports events across all of the schools, including some of the primary schools. It'd be great to get out to the primary schools and support them. Promoting physical activity, so looking at campaigns or initiatives that we might be able to run, and this is all going to be led by you. Assisting in sports clubs in your own schools, and then kind of any other initiatives that you might have that you might want to bring forward. So this is going to be great for you in terms of like leadership and communication skills that are really valuable for applications for university, employment, apprenticeships. But it's also going to give you confidence, responsibility, organisation, especially because you are going to be helping to organise a sports event across all of the sixth form schools in the MAT, and there's going to be a huge amount of students taking part in that. Time management ability, and then really important teamwork and problem solving. So it's a really exciting opportunity for you, especially if you have a real strong interest in sport, or helping to promote sport across the whole school and all the different year groups. So it's really exciting. I'm hoping that we'll get a lot of applications for the sports leaders. And then if you have any questions about it or you want a bit more information, please let your tutors know and they'll be able to pass that back across to me, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Ingram. So if you have any questions about the sports leadership, then Miss Ingram's the person to speak to. Okay, next I'm going to hand over to Miss Hunter, who's going to talk to you about the culture leaders.
Good morning. I'm just doing a sound check. Does this sound okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect, thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'm just going to introduce the culture leader. I'm going to have to move my sound's not very good in my room. I'm having echoes. Right, hopefully that's okay. Can you still hear me, Miss Green? So I've had to disconnect my main sound on my main computer.
Yeah, that's actually much better.
Right, I think I've solved that, Miss Green. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Apologies for that. Okay, so we'll be launching our culture student leadership Meadow Park. The culture leaders are going to be responsible for holding an event during Culture Week in May this year. And we're looking for candidates that have specific qualities. So we'll need candidates that have got emotional intelligence. They'll be a strong team player and have a passion for diversity and inclusion. You'll be collaborating across the sixth form, different sixth forms within the MAT, to build a team that puts on different events, celebrates different faiths, cultures, and different passions connected to culture. So we will be looking for students that want to promote an inclusive school culture, organise events and initiatives, and lead on Culture Week, as well as representing sixth form students at the Finham Park MAT Diversity Committee meetings. So if you're suitable for the role, put in your applications and get in touch, and you will be leading a successful event in May for our Culture Week. Here at Meadow Park last year, we had an amazing day with lots of students contributing to the day. So I look forward to hearing from your applications. So apologies for the sound problems, Miss.
No problem at all. I'm going to hand over to Mr. Werner, who's going to talk to you about the world-class leadership. Mr. Werner? Mr. Werner, we can't hear you. Okay, so I'm not sure where Mr. Werner is, but I'll just talk to you about this opportunity, and then Mr. Werner can add anything later. So Finham Park 2 are going to be hosting a flagship world-class event. Basically, this can look like lots of different things. There isn't a set model for exactly what this is going to look like, but there is a world-class working group of adults within the Multi Academy Trust who will be planning and supporting to deliver the whole high profile event. And the idea is the students will get the opportunity to shape and run this event. So on the screen, you can see some experiences that could be included, such as organising a MasterChef style restaurant, a robotics competition, and creative events of your choice. The idea is that the MAT student leaders, the world-class leaders, will be able to create an event that will go across all 4 schools, and they will be able to genuinely lead and genuinely create an awesome day for all of the different schools. This event has been hosted in the past by Ling Hall and by Meadow Park. Sorry.
So I was going to say I can add a little bit more background to that if you wanted me to.
Go for it.
So the world class is really exciting opportunity. It's across all the schools to the MAT, and what we're looking for is an outstanding experience for all the students to have from reception until they leave sixth form, and it covers everything that you could possibly think of. So arts, STEM projects, looking at sustainability. So Ling Hall last year ran the event. So we had children from all the schools in the MAT, including all the primary schools. They came to Ling Hall and we had a really exciting day. So it was all planned, where we had dance, we had music, we had interviews with the head teachers. It was all around creative arts, and that was our focus. So this opportunity really allows you to look at all the schools in the MAT. How can we encourage students to get involved in this world-class experience, outside the traditional academic learning? It's looking at how can we improve experiences for all the children and organise a really, really exciting opportunity. And there's so many different choices that you could choose from. So it is really exciting to be able to kind of take part in the world-class event, and you could really get your ideas and able to be developed. So I just thought I'd add that bit to it, if that's okay.
Hello,
Mr. Werner. Do you want to jump in here?
Yeah, I do apologise. I didn't realise I was going to kind of present on this. Hello, everybody. Yeah, the World Class Guarantee. The information's there, and a couple of colleagues have just summarised exactly what it is. There's lots of agency in terms of decision making on this. We've got a couple of suggestions here because we've got a really strong food department here, so we could do like a MasterChef experience and maybe do that to members of the public. And robotics is another kind of strength, so our DT department is particularly strong. But what we really want to do is leave it to the group to make those decisions themselves. We can say what our strengths are, and we can kind of work with you to kind of initially shape the idea. And then the idea then is that you would work with the world class group. That's a senior group that work across the MAT and make the day happen, really. So it is very exciting. Apologies, I didn't kind of launch it at the beginning, but it's a very exciting opportunity.
Lovely, thank you very much, Mr. Werner. And then finally, the 4th team will be MAT academic student leaders. So the purpose of these leaders will be to reflect on effective Key Stage 5 teaching and learning and to provide student voice. So Mr. Bailey has asked if these student leaders can sit on the MAT teaching and learning and the MAT assessment groups. Not all of every meeting, but for information, the MAT teaching and learning group and the MAT assessment group are groups of teachers and colleagues from all schools in the trust who sit and talk about teaching and learning. They talk about assessment. They talk about what the Multi-Academy Trust should be doing to provide the best opportunity for all of our students. Mr. Bailey is keen to have some Key Stage 5 students contribute to that. That doesn't mean you'll be at all of every meeting, because obviously not all of the content will be appropriate for students, but you will be able to contribute to that conversation, because it's really noticeable that we don't have students as part of that discussion. You'll be able to create and share study resources for your peers. One of your big tasks will be to contribute to the organisation of a MAT debating competition and to work to promote a love of learning, because that's why we're here. So why should you apply to be an academic leader? Now, fundamentally, learning is why we're here. All of us get amazing opportunities at our school. We do fab work experience, we have fab extracurricular activities, but ultimately learning is the reason that we are in one of the MAT schools. And so you will have the opportunity to make genuine change in one of the 4 schools. Independent study skills are the most challenging part of post-16 and the big change from year 11. And so work with your peers to develop resources and aids for this real challenge and organise a MAT-wide event. So that's a summary of the 4 possible roles that you can apply for. So if you've been listening to this assembly and you've thought that one of these roles appeals to you, this is what you do. Write a covering letter, no longer than 1 page, outlining the following. So which position would you be interested in? Why you're interested in the position, what skills and qualities you would bring to the role, and your vision for the role. So this is the first time we've done this, and we've briefly outlined what the 4 roles would look like. And the one pattern that you've probably noticed across all 4 roles is the talk about genuine agency and be able to make genuine change and shape this role as you would like to. So please outline your vision for doing that. The deadline for that is 9 a.m. on the 9th of February. So that gives you 2 full school weeks and 9 a.m. on the Monday morning. So you can think about it over that weekend if you want. Late applications will not be considered. And then the interview process will be this side of half term. Okay, if you have any questions, please speak to your head of sixth form. This recording will be shared, so if anyone's missed the information, then they can catch up on it. Thank you very much. Have a great week.